Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I'm here to talk about and review a movie that's been on my radar, been on my list for quite a while, but I'm just now getting to it. And it's the remake, not the original. I know, throw your stones at me, call me dumb for skipping straight to the remake. I'm talking about House of Wax! House of Wax, the remake, was a 2005 film that was directed by Juan Collet Serra. If I didn't nail that name or come very close, then I'll never get that name. Hopefully I was pretty close. This is a movie that follows a group of kids, teenagers, young adults, college kids, whatever you want to call it. They go out to kind of camp out, I guess, in the middle of the woods, which is always the best idea. They come across some people, some dudes, some guys that you probably shouldn't come into contact with all the way out there. They also wind up in this town where everything's made of wax. Even the people. It's bizarre. It's hard to explain or summarize. What I thought of this film is, holy fuck! This movie was super intense. It's a movie that, like I said, I'd never seen before. I'd heard of it, though. There was really only one thing that I heard about in particular that made me want to watch this as much as I did. But before I get to what that is, I will say that, yeah, it's not every day that there are horror movies that are this violent, this brutal, this kind of craziness in the horror going on that I haven't already seen. So being at my age now and watching this, yeah, I thought this worked. Maybe not the most popular thing to say. Maybe there are people who love the original House of Wax too much and they say fuck you to this remake. Okay, I guess I'll just have to watch the original to gauge that. But just watching this, yeah, if you think it's too much gore, too much grossness, too over the top, okay, sure, that's also something that I won't die on this hill by saying that this is a great horror remake, but I had fun. I enjoyed what I saw. Let's talk about this cast. Playing Carla is Elijah Cuthbert. She's an actress that, I know her face a lot more than know her. I think she was in a movie called The Girl Next Door, but I never saw that. So once again, I'm aware of her, but I haven't seen her in a lot of things. I thought she was fine. She served the role that she had to serve as far as playing an attractive woman who's the main final girl in a horror movie, so she did that alright. Her boyfriend, Wade, is played by Jared Padalecki, of course, Sam Winchester from Supernatural. I don't want to say that, hey, this is how you're going to know who that guy is by just bringing up Supernatural. But I bring this up because this came out the same year that Supernatural started. And he looks so different in this movie compared to how Supernatural starts, between the facial hair and his weird haircut and just the way he looks in this movie. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, there you go. And he's very jealous, or he's sort of the jealous type. Any guy that talks to the girlfriend, he gets a little upset, brings it up, kind of causes a little mini argument. And at first I was on his side. I thought, yeah, dude, I mean, he has every right to be upset like he is. But once I realized that he was giving her brother shit for protecting his sister, that's when I thought, okay, Sam, maybe you're being a little too much. I try to be with you, try to be on your side, but the brother has a point. The brother, Nick, is played by Chad Michael Murray, another actor that I feel like I've seen his face, or maybe I've seen him in something. I don't know. I looked him up. Nothing stood out. He was fine as well in the film. I talked about a couple years ago how much I wanted to see more horror movies with a brother and sister as some of the leads, and we got that. We very much got that here. John Abrahams plays Dalton. He was really just another kid in the group. Robert Richard plays Blake. He's the black dude of the group, but I remember this dude in Cousin Skeeter. Remember that TV show? I think it was on Nickelodeon, where he played the human and his cousin was a puppet. I know it's super silly. I know it sounds very goofy and weird. It probably is. But every time I see this dude, his face, when I see him show up in things, I think, oh, Cousin Skeeter, where's your puppet? But his girlfriend, let's talk about her, is Paige, played by Paris Hilton. Now, look, I was fully ready to shit on Paris Hilton. As an actress, I was ready to say she sucks, she's horrible, I couldn't wait for her to die, all of these things. Honestly, watching her, she was not terrible. She wasn't. Now, not a lot of range as far as what her character is compared to probably who she is, but I didn't feel like she was just reading lines. I actually thought, okay, as this super horny chick, which again, not too dissimilar, I'm sure, she did a decent job. And she was the one who, she had the more sexual type outfits and had those moments there. And she's not the worst looking girl in the world. Look, maybe it's because it's been so many years since she's really been in the spotlight. I know she's still around. I know she's still there. She probably still annoys a lot of people. But if I'd seen this back when it came out, back in the height of her being out there, and I did find her really annoying back then, I would totally be on the side of just screw her, and I probably wouldn't be giving her the credit I'm giving her right now. Really quick, I will say that the one thing that I did hear about this movie that made me want to see it is that, well, spoiler alert, cat's out of the bag there, I guess. Her character gets killed, and gets killed in a brutal, vicious way. And all I heard was that when her character dies on screen, the theater that showed the premiere of this movie all cheered and clapped and roared because she died. I could only imagine, first of all, that's hilarious. That's so hilarious. How hated are you as a person that your death in a movie gets cheered? But not just that, what if she's there? What if she's sitting there and she hears that? Does she think, oh, wow, I'm doing a great job? Probably, because she's sort of a ditzy blonde. But what if she realizes that, wow, that many people hate me? Maybe that's why you didn't see her in a whole lot more movies after this. The main killers, I guess you can call them the Sinclair brothers, I found them disturbing. I found them intense. I found each of them to have their own distinct personalities. One was sort of a mute, wore a wax mask, and the long hair just was very ogre-like. And then the main dude, he can pass off as being normal. The whole setup of this town being full of wax, I mean, they set it up perfectly by having what looks like a funeral, and you think it's all real people, only later to reveal that they're all dead already, and that they've all been refurbished and packaged to be wax by these people. It's sick. It's something that the idea of it has actually stayed with me the last couple days since I've seen it, where I'm just thinking man, this was twisted. This was sick. This was fucked up. This was disturbing. So I guess in a lot of ways, I can give them kudos for that. There was many kills and many moments of bloody goriness, and I could see some people being a little too squeamish of that or not enjoying that. There's one scene in particular where the girl, Carla, is captured, and she's underneath the ground. Her brother is talking to the killer, not realizing that he's the killer. She's trying to get his attention because her mouth is taped, and she sticks her fingers through the floor gates, and the killer, when the brother's attention's the other way, cuts her finger off. I did not expect, when he was clipping at her, I thought she'd just move at the last second. No, they went for it. He cut her whole finger off, and it was bloody and brutal. So, once again, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. This movie, yeah, I'm going to say that I enjoyed it. It's fucked up, yeah. I'm not going to say it's the greatest ever. I understand if you guys are going to say this fucking sucks. I hate it. What are you talking about? You lost all credibility. Review king. But that's fine. I have to be honest and say that I did not hate. I kind of enjoyed the House of Wax remake. Let me know in the comments below if you do hate this movie. Tell me why. If it's just as simple as Paris Hilton's in it, well, just give me a little bit more. And if you're telling me that I should watch the original, that it's better, let me know that too, and I will gladly watch the original. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
These silent screams became a part of me. I'm moving past that. Please won't you free my soul? Can't hardly breathe in this society. I'm just a madman. Leave this real.